Oilers, we have an absolutely amazing show this week that tops all other shows we've done combined, and that's even after we cut Hall Talk and bumped it to next week's show. Well, that's enough about us, so let's take a look at APA's recent Fusion Dance concert.
Hey Oilers! I went down to APA Dance's annual Fusion show for some fabulous dancing. I saw some amazing performances by my favorite APA dancers and saw the lovely costumes as well.
My favorite dance in the show is Wade in the Water because I like the blue and it's pretty. I'm in the dances Lieber Tango and String Beat. My favorite part of those dances is when I spin. It's really fun. I'm not very good, but it's really fun.
The dances were beautifully choreographed and all felt meaningfully done. If you missed it this year, make sure to catch Fusion next time.
Wow, that was litty. Speaking of lit, you may not be hearing about it, but the bushfires in Australia are still burning, so we sent a reporter to the land down under to get a status report. In truth, we sent him to the internet, but the news is just as bad.
Hey Oilers, have you heard of the Australian fires? They're on a scale never seen before. More than 16 million acres are up in flames, and an estimated amount of 1 billion animals are now dead because of it. Entire towns covered in flames, and confirmed more than 1.5 thousand homes destroyed. The wildfire in Australia is up in flames, and we need to do something about it. To support the cause, you should donate to the Australian Red Cross. The Australian Red Cross is an organization that grants $10,000 to people who have lost their homes in a bushfire. Even though no one is talking about it anymore, it's still not over yet. Donate to the Red Cross to support the cause.
Fires, coronavirus, maybe you should just skip vacation and stay home this summer. Then you could take our school's new physics summer prep class. Let's check it out.
Hey Oilers, if you plan on taking physics next year, the science department is starting a new physics prep class over the summer. This 2-week class will be taught by Mr. Egan for anyone interested in getting a leg up in regular or AP physics. So far, there's only one class, so if you're interested, sign up as soon as possible.
So this is a summer physics prep class, so it'll be 10 days, 9 to 12 o'clock. We'll do a kind of introduction to math that's going to be used in physics. We'll teach students how to do correct measurements in physics and how to measure things. And then what we'll do is actually the first 2 or 3 chapters we'll go through the mechanics and the basics of it, so kinematics, energy, things like that they will be doing in their first semester. So when they do it in the first semester, they're experienced at it, so it's not the first time they see it. So hopefully it gives them the opportunity just to be more successful faster. That makes sense?
Physics, the branch of science that deals with the structure of matter and how the fundamental constituents of the universe interact. What happens when kinetic energy becomes inertia and impacts another object, like a hand hitting a volleyball? I don't know, but hopefully they do that over in the gym.
Hey Oilers! Recently I went to a boys varsity volleyball practice to interview brothers Ethan and Sinjin Choi and to see if there are any upcoming games.
I think our team's looking pretty good. We got a couple of new people in different spots, so we've been working a lot on building our team chemistry. Our first tournament is February 24th. It's going to be at Tesoro. The fundraiser we have is going to be a cornhole tournament, and it's going to be held at Huntington, so if you guys could come out and support, that'd be great.
Yay, sports ball! But sports these days aren't all about grass and spears and sticks and such. Nowadays, there's technology involved.
Our school's eSports teams are competing against schools across the country. The league team practices and plays games in Mr. Crossette's room. I went over to see what it's like. The team goes over strategies for their upcoming games, improve their strategies with their coaches, and just play some games together. There are 2 separate teams for league, operating independently from each other and competing against other teams across the U.S. Our school also has a Rainbow Six Siege team that is also playing in games and practicing weekly. They practice at home instead of it in Crossette's classroom. Each of the teams put in a lot of work to compete and pioneer a future in esports.
You thought eSports was nerdy? Let's roll 20, go full nerd, and find out about the D&D Lunch Meetups.
Ever wanted to learn or play Dungeons & Dragons? I took a trip to the clubroom and met Brandon, who taught me about the game.
Dungeons & Dragons is a tabletop role-playing game, and essentially it is a game where your imagination can just go completely wild. If you're into video games, if you're into stuff like Skyrim, you're into Borderlands and stuff like that, you'll enjoy Dungeons & Dragons. It's a collaborative game where you're playing with other people, and it all takes place in your mind, yet you can do any action that you want to do in the game. The game has rule sets and stuff like that that basically makes it so any character that you create, which is unique to yourself, you can do any action that you want. One of the major goals is actually getting players to start playing, getting new players and getting experienced players to just start getting together playing games. So I think the way we're going to do that is with this new introduction that we're having called Adventures League. Now, Adventures League is a really cool thing where basically we're having a bunch of tables get set up in this room. There's going to be pre-made character sheets, so new players can come in, and also experienced players can come also, and they can bring in character sheets that they want to play. And basically, it's a really cool experience where you're going to have multiple tables playing the same game of Dungeons & Dragons.
Club meetings are every Thursday at lunch, but when Adventurers League begins, it will be both Thursdays and Fridays at lunch. If you're interested in joining, all are welcome every Thursday at Mr. Fritchoff's room, room B22. There's also a Discord server you can join where the club is organized with reminders of upcoming meetings and events. Hope to see you there.
Well, Oilers, that's all we have for you today. And remember, just because no one is talking about it doesn't mean it ain't happening, baby.